Well, good morning, good afternoon or good evening whenever you're watching this video. So, where am I today? Well, as you can see, I'm at the Driver and Vehicle Standards Agency in Gillingham, and I'm bringing my Ovia EEC to get it registered as a moped here in the UK. So I'll catch you in a bit because we can't film inside, so hopefully this will pass. Catch you in a bit. Right, we're inside the Gillingham Test Centre, and you can't really see an awful lot. We're going to go in that building over there to get the bike tested, and then there's going to be some weighing and such going on over there. But yeah, we can't really film inside during the test, I'm afraid. Right, well, we've taken the bike in, and well, it passed! It passed! Right, so as you saw, my Ovia EEC actually passed the type approval. So what I'm going to be going through today is essentially all the forms that I filled out, which were these, to get the type approval, and also on the government website there's also another sort of accompanying document that guides you through everything. But I'm not going to leave everything to chance, because what we're going to do is I'm going to show you exactly what to put on these forms so that you can take your bike to a test centre and essentially it should pass, because mine did. And so essentially what Cyrusher have done is they've made this bike with the purpose of making it a road legal bike in the UK. So all the hard work has been done for you, pretty much. So we will go over all the forms, as I said before, and as I showed, there is my type approval. So it's past that section of it, but we do have, now that it's passed, forms and forms and more forms. So I've got another couple of pages because we need to register this vehicle and essentially put it in its own tax bracket, which the good news is that you won't have to pay any road tax on this bike at all. But to register it, you will need to pay an extra £55, which you can either send a cheque or postal order. I chose a postal order and it cost me £61 something for the postal order, because I can't remember the last time I actually had an account with a checkbook. 20 plus years ago maybe, but yeah, not anymore. But I'm not going to be covering this form today, because essentially I want to make sure that I filled out this form 100% correctly before I give you that information. So I have sent off my form and I've sent off the payment, etc. So I should hear back within 4 to 6 weeks. I should have a registration plate for the Ovia EEC, and then that's fine to take them out on the road. Apart from, I still need insurance for the bike, obviously. But yeah, so today I'm going to be going over the forms that you need to fill out to get the Ovia EEC type approved, which will be as a moped. So enough from me. Let's head on over and I'll show you exactly what you need to do. Don't worry as well, all the links that I'm talking about, they're in the description below. So just go to the description, click on the links, that will send you to the relevant pages that I'm going to show you now. So let's go take a look. Right, so here we are. This is the government website to apply for a motorcycle single vehicle approval, so the MSVA. Right, so down here, first of all, this is the apply for a motorcycle single vehicle approval document. That's the form we're going to be filling out. So, and then you can either right click, you can download that file, or you can just click on it and it will open up the file that you need. There's also a guidance for filling out the motorcycle vehicle application form, so I highly recommend you download that as well. But here we are. This is the actual approval form. So let's go down. So first thing we need to be doing is the applicant's details. Obviously, this is personal details to you. So name would be your name, obviously company if you belong to a company, if that's applicable, your address, including postcode, your telephone number, and your email address. Next section is the test details. So this is where you would like your bike to be tested. Now, there are various test locations. I highly recommend that you download not the IVA test, but make sure that you download this one here. And this will give you a full list of participating test centres in your area. So for me, I had to take mine to Gillingham because I'm in the southeast of England. But don't worry, there are many others, as you can see, in the southwest and various other places throughout the UK. So just click on that link to find whichever one, you know, that's appropriate to you, really. Obviously, make sure that it's one that's near to you, because you will need to take your bike to the test centre. And oh, another thing I would highly recommend when you take your bike to the test centre, make sure that you take with you a crash helmet, not a bike helmet, a crash helmet. Right, anyway, so let's get back to our form, shall we? So I typed in Gillingham here, and then Yerding was my second choice, but obviously that doesn't matter. Anyway, vehicle identification number. This is your VIN number. This will be on the bike. So that number that's on your bike should be put there. Next, we need to go down and vehicle make and model. So this is what I'm going to show you. So make, obviously, this is Cyrusher. So they make the bike, and the model is the Ovia EEC. Right, there we go. So that's nice and easy. Vehicle type, we need to click moped. Then moving down the page, section 3, is the vehicle designed to carry goods? No, it's not. So we tick the no. Number of wheels, moped only. Well, 2. Which side of the vehicle is the sidecar on? Well, we don't have a sidecar, so we're just going to leave these blank. Right, so vehicle category. This isn't a kit or anything, so this is a vehicle manufactured using parts of a registered vehicle. Is the vehicle built from a kit? The answer would be no. Is it a special custom vehicle built from the ground up? No, it's not that either. Does the vehicle have full bodywork? Obviously you can check this, but no is the answer that you need on the form. Right, date of manufacture. My bike was actually manufactured in October 2023. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake there, because that's the month and the next box is the year. So that's what you do. You may need to contact Cyrusher to find out exactly when your bike was manufactured. Date of manufacture of the engine, that's not applicable. So don't worry about that. Just put NA in there. And then engine details. Right, so our engine is not a petrol, it's electric. So what we need to do, we need to type electric in the box next to, just like so. Question 3Q. So transmission type, well, that is indeed manual. Engine capacity, that doesn't apply to us here. So we're going to move on. Or you can put not applicable. Sorry, my mistake. That's exactly what I put. So the engine and motor maximum power output. So this is in kilowatts. So the Ovia is 750 watts. So make sure that you are putting the right numbers in. So this is 0.750 because it's measured in kilowatts. If you put 750, they're going to think you're building a rocket to the moon. Right, so maximum power of the engine is not applicable. Maximum road speed, 28 miles per hour. Right, that's that part. Let's move on. Right, vehicle weights. You don't need to put anything there as such because the bike will be weighed when it gets to the test centre. They will weigh it again anyway, so that will be filled out by them. So not to worry. Gross design weights, we don't need to worry about. Weight of the battery. So again, take note, because we need to put the exact weight of the battery in kilograms, which is 5.38. Right, so question 3X, is the vehicle fitted with an anti-lock brake system? That is a no. Question 3Y, is the vehicle fitted with linked brake system? And again, the answer is no. And pretty much, we're almost done. So obviously, you would need to put your signature here, print your name and the date, and then payment details. Obviously, this is entirely up to you whether you want to send a check or postal order. You can do it by a credit card as well, which means that you can send off your application form and they will contact you and allow you to make a card payment over the phone, which makes things a lot easier. Obviously, how are you paying for this application? This again, obviously up to you, which method you choose. And then obviously right down at the bottom of the page, again, your signature and print your full name. Obviously then you send this form off with the information provided, and you will wait probably about a week before they contact you back, and so from there you will be able to book your test essentially. Please be aware though, this may take some time, because essentially what happened was it's the middle of summer and it was almost 6 weeks before I could get a test date. Now I've heard in the winter months that they are somewhat quieter, and I've heard people say to me before that they've been able to get appointments within just over a week. So it's kind of luck of the draw really with that. But yeah, just don't expect to be going, expect a little bit of a wait. Also, this test costs, I believe, £85, which I'll just double check. Right, so that is exactly how you fill out the form to get your Ovia EEC type approved. So you can follow all of my steps. Obviously, you just need to put in your own personal details and your method of payment, etc. But as I said, you know, follow that exactly as the information that I've put in there. And obviously things like your VIN number, that will be found on the bike frame. You'll also get an EU conformity bit of paper with the Ovia EEC, and it will have your VIN number on there anyway as well. So there will be other information, documents that come with your bike, etc. Anyway, as I said, I'm not going to go over the other form because I want to make sure that I filled that out 110% correctly before I share that information with you. As I said, 4 to 6 weeks before I get a response from the DVLA. Registration fee was £55, which will give me my registration plate number. Once I've got my registration plate number, I then need to order my registration plates, fit them to the bike, and also I will need insurance for the bike, and obviously you will need a bike license. So a CBT test would need to be done if you don't already have a motorbike or motor vehicle license. Sorry, a motorbike license. I believe I'm not sure on the actual date itself, but I think it's before the year 2000. If you have a motor vehicle license before the year 2000, I think you don't need a CBT test, but any licenses taken after that date, you will need your own CBT test. To answer some questions, right, so this bike has been designed by Cyrusher to purposely be registered as a legal moped or legal electric bike here in the UK. So that does not allow you, once this bike has been registered, it is a road vehicle. So you cannot take this bike legally on bike trails, on paths that are occupied by pedestrians and cyclists, because you're no longer a cyclist. You have a road legal vehicle. Also, the power of this bike is a 750 watt motor. So we all know in the UK that the top speed of an electric bike is 15.5 miles per hour at present. So the Ovia EEC comes unrestricted. Its top speed is 28 miles per hour. So it would be illegal. But, you know, this is the price we pay. So this bike is designed for people who want to have a bike that is road legal in the UK. And, you know, you can quite happily pedal or just use the throttle to 28 miles per hour. And, you know, everything's all above board and totally legal. Right. I think I've covered everything about registering the Ovia EEC by Cyrusher. I'm not sure if it's actually up on their website just yet, but it will be very, very shortly, because obviously I have been working with Cyrusher to get this bike approved in the UK. And just so you know, I've had this bike a few months now, but they originally sent me it and I built the bike. It's 85% already built. Essentially all you need to do is put the front wheel on, attach the handlebars and the pedals as well. You need to put those on, but honestly it's very easy to do that. Now I've lost my train of thought. Ah, yes. I knew it would come back to me. Right, so yeah, obviously they sent me this bike a few months back, and I was going through the guidance notes for everything, and everything seemed to check out absolutely fine, until I switched the bike on and went to move it, because in order to have a type approved vehicle in the UK, the speed readout on the bike computer must read in miles per hour. Now, initially, when Cyrusher sent me this bike, it displayed kilometers per hour. So I typed an email and I got on the phone to Cyrusher and I said, do you have any settings for the bike computer so I can change it to miles per hour? And unfortunately, they came back and said, no, we don't have any settings that you can change on the computer. So with that information, obviously they need to conform, and the bike needs to conform to UK law. So it took them just over a month and a bit to get that sorted, but they sent me a new display unit that displays in miles per hour, and obviously any subsequent bikes now that come to the UK, they will display miles per hour, so you don't need to worry about that anymore. That's something that Cyrusher and I have basically eliminated that from the equation of so basically everything will be fine now. So that's something that you don't need to worry about, and nor does Cyrusher anymore either. But yeah, anyway, so this video is literally just for the type approval of the Ovia EEC bike from Cyrusher. Right, that's going to wrap this up. I will come back again, because in 4 to 6 weeks, obviously, I should have my registration plate confirmation come through, and then we'll do an update video on this one, and we'll go over the remainder of the form essentially. But by the time I get that, I don't think any of you out there would have will be ahead of me essentially. But yeah, do stick around if you want to know more. I'm also going to do another video about registering, a bike that maybe you've built, or a bike that you have. But I'm not going to do that here, because that is really quite a lengthy process, to be honest with you. But I will do another video touching on, registering a bike that wasn't necessarily designed like this one is to be a road legal e-bike. Anyway, I hope you found this all informative. If you've got any questions, pop them in the box below. I will do my best to answer them as best as I can, and as quickly as I can. And well, that just leaves me to say thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you found this video informative, and I hope to see you again next week for a new adventure. Until then, take care, ride safe, bye bye.